Now there's one more thing we have to do yet before we sign off from level chapter 2. Ended off the end of the previous episode here, without getting a chance to actually look at the episode 2 bonus scenarios. And now I've seen these, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in these. This is the fun chapter. This is just sad, and the two on the next page are especially intriguing because it seems to be previews almost. So, survey household. My network files capture video interviews. Ikaria done. Begin playback. Why rubbing alcohol specifically? Nostalgia. Reminds me of days spent bandaging scratched knees and blistered knuckles. You did that for Makoto? No. Some other boy who was always overexerting himself. I like the smell of blood for the same reason. Oh. Antiseptic and scalpels. That boy was always so hardy, made for the perfect test subject. This is true love? ? Test subject? I still think about finishing my medical degree sometimes. But I feel like my hobby would lose some of its therapeutic value if I did. What hobby is that? Poison making. Oh! What's with that reaction? You made it sound very intimidating just now. Oh. Trying to make it sound exciting. That was your intimidating face, ma'am. If I tell people I'm interested in herbal remedies, they all think I'm a dreadful bore. Or worse, that I'm going to try and sell them candles. Fair. Well said. Very well said indeed. You have a much finer appreciation for these things than your so-called superior, you know. The countless immaculate thought-out references to Hegel and Ozymandias. That red woman stares at me as if I'm quoting comic books at her. Comic books can be good too. Comics are for children. Are you a child? What about graphic novels? Sir, I'm 2. Is a graphic novel? 1P for example. Oh, 1P. Who's your favorite? Why list King Arthur alongside all those other historical figures? Arthur was based on multiple historical figures, I'll have you know. Even if his exploits are not factual, he still stands that he united a divided people and defended his homeland from barbarism. He also met fairies and wizards and fought dragons. I know. Impressive, wouldn't you say? Very much so. Once and Future King was one of the first books I read on all my own. That's quite impressive. The vocabulary was, I'll admit, difficult at the times. I was reading a version with handwritten annotations, so I managed just fine. Was writing in the margins? Like a hand-me-down? Hand-me-downs are for peasants who can't afford anything better. Was it given to you by an older family member? Yes. It was not handed down to me, you see. Oh. I went on to annotate it further myself, so that I might someday pass it on to some other reader. So tell me, does that sound like a hand-me-down to you? Yes. You've got until I finish smoking this. Or I get bored. Very well. And I get bored fast. Oh, well, if our time is limited, perhaps we should focus on a topic of singular importance, such as athletics. Just like that, I knew he was gassed, lowered my frame, and flipped him out of the ring in one motion. Whelming, trampling victory. Best kind there is. Sumo? I can imagine. Oh. Done any wrestling and MMA yourself, little copper? Not physically, no. Difficult to find partners who are a good match for my build. Sounds like an excuse. You sure you're not just scared? Confrontations can be intimidating, but sports are not arguments. They are a pure expression of noble competitive spirit. That is to say, I would never back down from a challenge. Uh-oh. Oh, well said. Well said. Exactly what you mean. When you lock eyes, there's nothing else that needs to be said. The Pokemon battle begins. I agree. What'll it be? Arm wrestling, sumo, chess boxing. Why not all 3? Holy shit. Good. Very good, you little... Sir, what is it? Can't you see I'm in the middle of... Well, what is it? The VTOL needs to leave now for you to be on time, sir. Yeah. Here's a quote then for your little survey, copper. Success can be a prison, even a cell. Man who's mastered himself. It's a lord. Not sure I understand that one. What the hell? Makotan said that it made perfect sense. Are you just making quotes to sound cool and ooh, jacketless, Sarah? And then gauge. See. So you need me to stand here and film you two because... Why? Because Sosuke is teaching me how to do a 1-inch punch. It recorded from a distance in order to practice it later. Why? Because she asked me very politely, Morgan. What do you want? No. Why do you need to know this, Sarah? And surely you can intuit the advantages of a 1-inch punch. Because there is no wind-up. You can execute it without telegraphing your move to your opponent. Deliver maximum force to a critical weak point, even in the tightest of close-quarters combat. Not to mention if the opponent has triggered any loser flags, your damage will double for each of them. What? What Sarah means is that an opponent who's overconfident is likely to leave themselves open at a vital moment, Morgan. It's not incorrect. Right. I don't know anything about close-quarters combat or loser flags. I do understand basic physics, hadn't I? So I can state this much with complete and utter certainty. Hey, when performed by the same person, oh no. Oh no. Don't Beatrice it. Don't red text it. Hey, all else being equal, stop! A 1-inch punch will never be more effective than just throwing a normal one. That can't be true. Why would you? Am I wrong? You didn't have to say it like that. With the red text and everything. A little overkill. Don't need for you to say it like that. How am I the bad guy here? The fact that you can even say that is... Oh, It's not like any rules about human martial arts apply to androids in the first place, right? Save the day. That is true. See? Perfect Ukemi. Nah. You saved it, Morgan. I mean... You got yourself into that situation, sure, but, and... Well, to be fair, it is, probably a, utilitarian ukemi, just to, prevent disaster. Not one done out of consideration for feelings. As we know, there's a giant hole in there. As much as there may be the potential to fill it in, there is still a giant hole that remains and remains. Sorry. Blue blood time. You can play back. Oh, Han. Throwing out flowers. Throwing out flowers. It always depresses me actually putting them in the bin. They end up just withering around my place. Might have some kind of a record for number of flowers killed at this point. Why do you buy so many flowers? I don't buy them. I get sent them. And, chocolates and wine and, lockets of air. Sometimes all mixed together. All these people even know where to... Mama! What? You give anybody my address? What kind of question is that? How would they get my address then? Maybe if you stop putting your personal contacts on your business cards, you wouldn't be so easy to find. So now if a woman's friendly, she deserves to get stalked. Not very forward of you, Mama. Forward? You think I don't know about forward? You brats don't know shit about political correctness. When I was your age, we'd list... It's gonna go on for a while, so if you need to save battery or data or whatever. So this is where you previously worked? Yeah, I was what they called a #1 gal. And that involved Go buying you lots of drinks? Selling dreams? That sounds like a very nice way to make a living. Nah. It's pretty mean. What are you doing here anyway? Gloating? If you're not gonna come back, don't lounge around. Your old fans will get the wrong idea. Come on, Mama, I'm just sitting here. And a crowd's already gathering. My bad. Would you ever consider making a return? Nah. Didn't hate it. Don't feel ashamed of it, or the people I met doing it. Even if some of them are nagging grumps. Keep it up, and I'm handing you a mop. I want to be moving up, you know? We're always up. The only places up from here are those cloud palaces where the courtesans lounge on golden couches and get fed grapes or whatever. Big gap from here up to there, and there's no footholds. Either you make it all the way or you fall. Need a little more security in my income than that. And plus, working in security, I get paid to punch the teeth out of handsy assholes. Not even the most powerful person in the city gets to enjoy that feeling. Based. Love that for you. Not getting into more detail than you'd be comfortable with. Well, there's also very much the... Yeah. So, from the perspective of the, quote-unquote slums under the city, the cloud palaces in the sky is pretty much just the normal city. We have essentially, 3 tiers here, the, slums below, normal everyday city life atop, and the, megs and the high-rise complexes are the next level above that. 3 tiers to the world. How high is Mrs. Kim in the organization's leadership? Pretty high. She also works here as a manager. So does she need to? Not as rich as the Arcadia or insane as the rest. You all gotta work if you want to eat, leadership included. I see, but even so, this workplace seems very high energy for someone like her. Like her age? I think she's comfortable here. She married into the Blue Bloods, you know? And the pictures of her I've seen, the vibe I get, I think she was kind of a trophy wife. Oh. Her husband's whole family died, leaving her in charge. She got burned on that deal. But she handled it, obviously. I can't name any other old guard I could tolerate hosting under. The hell? Yeah. The hell are you whispering over there? Not whispering anything, Mama. Hearing's just gone to shit. What, you little shit? It's my brother-in-law's illegitimate son. Had his mistress give birth at the manor. Guess he was afraid if she went to the hospital, the paparazzi might notice. It's about Sosuke? Well, as it turns out, that was the least of our worries that night. Brother-in-law's... Oh, husband's brother's illegitimate son. Mistress gave birth at the manor, which is where Daisuke found her and killed her. I could pass a message to him if you'd like. How would I even say? We were already dangling literally all the money we can in front of him. He's not taking the bait. Didn't mean another offer, but you might want to pass on a more personal sentiment. Ah, a fat chance. We don't share any blood. We'd never met. The fox asked him to kill me. He wouldn't blink. I think that Sosuke would blink. Give it up. Sosuke and I aren't family, little girl. So... Others. Technically an aunt? By marriage? Technically, Miss Kim is Sosuke's aunt by marriage? you want it. Family. Ah, forget this shit. I got a job to get back to. I look away for 5 seconds, all the talent around here devolves back into high school drama addicts. She took my locker. He stole my deodorant. No one can deny your work ethic, Mrs. Kim. Thanks. I know. But you still gotta pay for a full hour's worth of that booth. Would Adonai be upset if I put it under her name? Oh. Bit of a hint of family there. Now on to the one that made me sad. My files. Anchor. Oh. Private campaign backup. In playback. Alright, it's recording. Main 2. Oh, we're in bonus mode. We're not in loaded save mode, so I don't have access to everyone's profiles. Anchor Tom. Alright, it's recording. Tanks, do you have to record this? Don't record it. Peek'll ask me for notes when he doesn't remember any of it next week. Guilty as charged. Do you have to video record it? It's fine, Miller. Also, I don't know how to do it, so it's just audio. What's up, Trey? Eyes bothering you again? Huh? Are they flickering? I was just staring at a hole in the wall. Oh, I was just thinking, like, are we cyberpunk? I think we qualify, yeah. I can go get you some felonies if you're feeling... no, I mean, like, culturally. Culturally. Is this cyberpunk? What do you mean? Just dice and paper. Easy entertainment that can't be bugged or tracked. Ready to fight Big Brother, don't you think? Yeah, but we could do cards or something, too. You think playing Go Fish is cyberpunk? Well, no, but, like, tabletop RPG? That's what you're on about? I'll be real. You sound dumb as shit right now, man. Huh? It's literally nothing more cyberpunk than a tabletop RPG. He's got a point. Learn your history, Trey. Now pay attention. As you approach the town's walls, swords clanging against shields ring out. Voices rise and arrows are loosed. Stumbled upon the closing acts of a fierce battle, and it's clear that the players intend to let it play out to its natural conclusion. Upon the parapets, a stern, horned woman, long, proud hair slicked with the same blood that drips down her brow, spots you. Her eyes go wide. She doesn't seem pleased to see you. Do you think we're like enemy reinforcements? We kinda are. We got a charter for the dukedom to protect its people, and the Horn guys are all foreigners. Can't we ignore that? Freaking oath, my build is screwed. Oh. I have, telekinesis, right? You gonna toss her off the wall? What? No, talk to her. What's the spell? You have a telepathy talent. If that's what you're asking. Tanks is the DM. Right, okay. I use telepathy. Roll the dice. Got a 14. Okay. Given the surface of her mind, you see visions of allies cut down and civilians fired upon. The skull is teeming with rage and despair at this brazen defilement of the rules of war. Oh, shit. This is a Hornling village and she's under attack. Tough luck? You got an oath? Yeah, but if I ignore the plight of the innocent, my build is screwed. Mountains have it rough. Can we get inside? The woman is injured but not beaten. Then a few paces of her lies a lever that opens the gate. She eyes you and readjusts her grip on her club. She is seriously considering destroying the device to prevent you from entering. Can she hear me? Yeah. Okay. I use persuasion. We're cool, lady. 19. Every time. How do I even... Backed by her earnest appeal, she spots a glimmer of hope in your arrival, and betting on that hope, she throws open the gates for you. Creek, do you have different dice than the rest of us? What did we come here for again? Rumors of a powerful necromantic tome in the area drew you toward the supposed final resting place of Elspeth, the never dying. Okay, persuasion. I asked the lady where Elspeth's tomb is. 20. That's not even... Well, she's at first taken back by your abrupt change of topic. Clever wording suddenly hits at the idea that Elsbeth's crypt might have a weapon powerful enough to drive off her village's raiders for good. Heroes used to frighten us with tales of Elsbeth's might to get us to behave. My Nan would tell me she'd rise up from under the town church if we didn't do our chores. Okay, so the dungeon's in the church. Of course, the church is locked down and full of women and children, along with the sick and elderly. Never risk their safety by opening the church doors while this battle yet rages. Well, yeah, but I can just pick the lock, right? Creek! Come on, you always do this. Do what? Always luck your way out of the battles, and then we get beaten up for 15 turns. I come back to revive you, don't I? I don't think you've even lost HP yet. I'm playing smart, avoiding conflict. Avoiding all the scenarios I set up, too. Alright, I'll throw a knife at one of the raiders. 19. Seriously? The knife, hits him, his eye, and he dies instantly. With the keg of burn jelly was rushing toward the nearest fortification. Hey, that's me. That's my guy right near. He dropped a bomb? I have 3 charges of valorous interception. I can shield you. So the Hordlings in this village are legal citizens. I thought they were all foreigners to this land. This village is lorded over by vampires, though, remember? So you wouldn't want to live here. Like a shit town or ghetto for immigrants or whatever. How's that work? Why is the Duke cool with vampires? It's all legal. The Hornlings just pay blood taxes instead of gold for their lord's protection. They got vampires here too? We go in the castle and kill the vampire lords. I mean, you can do whatever. The vampire clan is the legal protectorate of this area, so you'd be committing a crime. Is your build screwed if you commit a crime, Miller? I think if it's, like, the right thing to do and it doesn't break any oaths. So is killing the vampire lord the right thing to do? Kinda subjective. Not what you want to hear from your good guy. I'm not a good guy. Only playing this one. So, thanks. We charge into the castle. They filled with traps and guards and shit, right? I'm not gonna tell you. Smart man. Come on. Look, it's a castle. There'll be defenses and shit. Yeah. I'm game. Hornlings seem cool. Let's go kill some landlords. After the fight we just went through, we just rested. We did just like 5 nat 20s in one encounter. You might be burning through all your luck. Happy to burn through all my luck if it means getting to kill some bloodsuckers with you boys. Thanks, Creek. And also, you are literally out of change of fortune charges. We just rested. It's a short rest, though. Damn. Reality's cruel. Oh. Burned all of his luck. God, Creek burned all of her luck just to... Burned all of their luck just doing something objectively good in a tabletop game. God, that, take that as an intentional jab. Intentional jab. Burned all my luck. This literally happened before Morgan showed up. Playback terminated early. This was obviously recovered from tanks. Body. But 2 more. These are the really intriguing ones. Deleted call. And received call. Police, static, personal, mobile. App, audio. Begin playback. Sighting, witness statement, anonymous report, emergency call from burner. What is all this? Why are all these tips getting reported all of a sudden after the trial's over? It smells, right? What do you mean? There's new info coming in surrounding Creek's pod. And all of it pointing toward the rust for some reason. You don't buy it? Of course I don't buy it. So you think the Ikari are trying to point things at the rust after Sosuke's been proven innocent? No, that doesn't make much sense. Someone's trying to pull something. Blue Bloods are all victims, and you eliminate the Ikari, that just leaves the rust. But they want to misdirect attention onto themselves. I don't know, because it can't be just them doing it. Gang boys have winners and losers too, right? Someone stands to benefit from pitting the Reds versus the Blues. True. Finding that someone is a task that even OC would struggle with. We've got our own hands full. With what? Sorting through all those false confessions and love letters addressed to Heartbreak? Prep for the convention. Chief wants everybody to shine. Then bear it. Any hair out of place in the private sector will... Phone call? Yeah, it's a family thing. Would you excuse me? It's fine. I need some air anyway. Hello? Whoa, hey, wasn't sure you'd pick up. Why wouldn't I pick up for my adorable nephew? What is this? Am I on speaker? We gotta stick to code names? No, I'm just gonna have to delete all this later. Thanks for that. Why would you call me on this line? The only number I have. You haven't exactly kept in touch. Don't... Relax, man, it's a joke. Remember those? Used to be good at them. Yeah, remember. Who took anything seriously. Only way to live. Hope you don't mean that. I hear a teaching moment coming on. Like riding a bike for you. Why call me now? Take a guess. You can't. You're serious? You're the one trying to take credit for Creek's pod? Waste not, one not. No one else seemed interested in it. Hey, nephew. Yes, sir? What the fuck are you thinking? Blue Bloods will drown you. Think you have numbers? Well, they have unity. A lot less unity than they did a week ago. Creek was a flickering light bulb of low-quality hope for the young bloods. Extinguish that, and the old guard haven't even tried to retaliate. If I were a young blood, I'd start feeling pretty damn disposable right about now. And I'm sure there's a pretty significant core of young bloods who are well aware that they are just walking blood bags for the old guard. Want to start a civil war? That's on your head, but taking credit for kills you don't earn sounds like a pretty dumb way to spark it. Take it if you ever want to make it. Don't worry, the young bloods will start seeing some very real casualties soon enough. Do this. This is... Do you have permission from... Now that's low. You, of all people, threatening to tell Mom. Because I'm taking initiative. Because I'm stirring a pot that's stone cold. You want to act your age, use urge caution, pray 3 times a day to the status quo, go right ahead. I'm gonna move. I'm sorry. I didn't call to argue. This was a courtesy call. Thought you might appreciate a warning about all the smoke that'll get blown up your ass over the next few weeks. Thanks. I'm not so old I can't recognize bullshit when I smell it. That's good. Glad to hear you're still sharp. Besides, I'm not an OC anyway. Going back to arson? You're not still in homicide, are you? Well, that was like a sabbatical. No. That sucks, because I've met all the guys who are in OC, and I don't like any of them. It's like they're doing their jobs then. Sure. Hey, listen, I didn't mean to drop contact. Oh, don't worry about it. You picked up when I called? That's all anyone can ever do, right? Bare minimum. Yeah, well, not like I can invite you over for dinner. Guess not. Don't do anything that'll get you killed. Damn, you're full of good advice today. Fortune cookies afraid for their job security. I mean it. Don't do anything that'll get you killed. Ah, there it is. The double emphasis. What you used to always say. Redundancy, redundancy, right? I remember. Believe it or not, I took every lesson to heart. Deleted. Very curious, huh? So what do we make of that? Is that family? Or is that... Is this like an informant? A CI? Ooh, London. And who is Mom? Why did... Interesting to see London lore here. Why did he leave organized crime? Why did he leave organized crime? Who is Mom? Who is their nephew? Curious indeed. Is it an actual familial relationship? Is it just an informant that he cultivated through the years who he dropped contact off of after leaving OC for homicide? We know that London is very clearly in the middle of the take. With the police at the table with the government and government's MIGs, crime bosses. So does London have actual links to the Rust, or is this an informant in the Rust, or is it a family in the Rust? Curious indeed. We will keep that in mind for future episodes then. Judicial, handheld, personal, mobile. Rockford E! I am a... Hey... No, I'm glad you called. I could use some decompression. Well, I just had a... loss. Tell anyone I called it that. Thanks. It'd be the death of me if it ever got out. No, I read the story. Well, what I could. It's kind of hard to read anything between the editorializing. Right. Get you the resources, who cares? Oh no, at this point. I can be conspiratorial for a second. I'm not sure they want Heartbreak caught. That's going a bit far. Or like, so long as Heartbreak's out there, they want to take advantage of the moment. People are scared because of Heartbreak. The state thrives on fear. Some of the radicals are getting bold. The state will relish the chance to draw them out. Maybe after the election. Oh, that's okay. Thought about it myself. I just don't want to go that path if I don't have to, you know? Still got my pride. Asking for help? Or is it change of career? Or asking for outside family help? Really? Wow. Well, they're taking it pretty seriously then. Reflects their priorities, of course. Data's their lifeblood. No, I mean, that's great. How long will we be in town? Yeah, that's... Excited to finally meet. In person. Finally meet? We should get dinner. Yeah, definitely. Sorry if you were hoping for that kind of excitement, but no. There's no jealous ex in the picture for you to worry about. I think you'll be fine. All saved. Now, who is that? When I first played this, I somehow thought it was Mom. Or family. Well, I don't know. Yeah, like, definitely would not be the first time meeting in person. Miss Emma, are you spoken for? Hi, Reyes. Hi, London. God, London. God, London. Morgue. How does that hair work? Good question. I love it. How does hair work? I do not know. I do still kind of love sleepy long skirt Emma. I do love how our Emma came together. I do still kind of love that original iteration of Emma. God, Emma is lovely too. Yeah. Emma jump scare. Top tier moment from episode 0. Emma. Also top tier moment from episode 0. Morgues and Emmas. Pre and post credits. Sarah. Love a little chibi heartbreak. Sarah. She's baby. I love her lots. You. Yeah, chain thing. God. So cool. Order. Oh, look at them. The pearl and gold mid-tone stay fit. Ooh. Yeah. Too silly. Ribbed for your displeasure. Cool. Yumi. God. So cool. Another 80. You know? Order. I do love the 80 we have. Part of me hopes that we see some of these other adjutant designs over time in some shape or form, because they are really good. The short stuff, serious type. Ooh. Can get into the excitement, I imagine. The little sister type. The hard-working court scribe type. And the justice is blind type. Oh, more 80s. Ancient unit, Your Honor, presiding. Rev number 84. All for justice. Starling. Jess. She's doing her best. Those are all good outfits. Dawes. Sopping wet. Tech bro vest, but cyber. Same as Starling. No. Helen Jung. God, elegant. I like the older designs. The very just getting into the business here. Designs for the both of them. And then they both obviously made it big. Different ways. Good old nobles. Final designs. Yeah. And of course, David. Wet cat energy. I care this man so much. Miss Masters. That's the one on the left feels like that she's very much using Morgan's hair as a reference, evolving it into her elderly look. Morgan's interactions with Masters certainly hits a lot different after the whole family dynamic of her flashback sequence in episode 2, doesn't it? It's like, as much as, like, if we're inferring that the voiced character in the backstory is just sort of hanging around, belittling the person and whatnot, like, we could intuit that is Morgan. That was certainly young high school Morgan. Can't get anyone else to join the club, but I will help you hold down the fort until you can get someone. I promise, please. No, I'm doing you a favor by being your only friend and only in a weird, roundabout sense of being like, I'm doing you a favor by being your friend. And yet, I'm very much positioned above you, and you are dependent on me. Very toxic, very evil. But I don't know, if there's some people, that's their, like, yeah, it's obviously, these are very terrible friendship dynamics, but we don't know much about her family life before now, but they say that kids kind of echo the things that they say. I feel like there's two routes people go down. They either echo the dynamics they grew up with, or they try and dramatically overcompensate in the opposite direction as to not be the parents. Or some mix of the both, perhaps. But yeah. It's like, if this is Morgan's image of bonding, by forming some sort of toxic dependency, where you are the superior, where, like, we're assuming that Morgan's family is in fact full of similar toxic dependency power dynamics. So when Morgan is out living her high school life, fell into the boat of finding someone that she can perpetuate that onto. Like, perhaps the one honest from the heart sentence that Morgan said in all of this was, when it comes time to, like, actually registering their investigation club, a little bit of small text where she was just like, I have a family thing, I'm sorry. And she goes to the family thing, stays for as long as she is mandated to, leaves as soon as possible, doesn't bother asking for a ride, doesn't bother trying to safely get there. She just bails, and runs, and trips, and falls, and skins her knees. By the time she gets there, she finds her friend surrounded by people who are all actually interested in the personality that she showed in taking Morgan's advice, and now she's just a face in the crowd. Doesn't have that power over her because her friend has found other people who are interested in the same things that she is. Morgan is just another face in the crowd, so Morgan takes herself to the nurse and probably doesn't come back to that club. Maybe we'll see more from that period of her life, maybe we'll see more of her family, I don't know. But yeah, Morgan has very There are firm walls there that Morgan is keen on keeping. The reasons are likely justifiable. Hey, boss. Reinhard Diamani. I feel like we don't actually get his first name that much. Reinhard. Good name. Good dude. Like the hint of gray kind of seeping in the back of his hairdo. I like him. Made man. Got their name on the back of their jacket. And Trey. Oh, I love the look of that shirt with jacket off. It's a good look. Million tanks. Again, similar tattoo. Shark keychain back the gun. Shock gauntlets. Kodo and Mire. You have to zoom in on their picture. They're cute. That's just cute. My little Chuni bookworm. And proud, determined mama. Sosuke. God, that tattoo. Miss Han. Even with a tattoo on her host photo. God, she's so cool. It's the tattoo design. Little keychain design. Adelaide Han. God, she's so cool. Trying to pace what the text says. La Lumi? What? Number 1? So cool, though. Oh. Chopin. Gotta give the case credit for, like, setting up the obvious conclusion that the try-hard cop who was the first on was right there to make the arrest of Sosuke was the one who killed his partner. They set up the obvious, then they successfully managed to duke us out. I did legitimately, for a moment there, think that Han could have done it. Then they wormed their way back around to it, swapping their places. And God nailed Huey in the end. I know some people who want to nail Huey in many other ways, but that's neither here nor there. But God, yeah, just a fantastic. As much as I made jokes and brought out the blue dot and whatnot, they did a fantastic job with their story. Obviously, Huey on the take, wanting to be as middle of the road as possible to avoid having to hand over anything dangerous, and instead gets put with Chopin, the celebrity ride-along, busybody, rich kid. Ooh. perhaps on a more similar-minded man would have gotten his partner killed. Huey just spent himself, literally, actually, babysitting the rich boy. And just the utter reversal of Chopin the hero, Huey the inept one, Huey the hero who caught the Hound of Icaria, Chopin the victim, to Chopin the reckless douchebag, and Huey the hapless douchebag who, frankly, yeah. Class divide between these two, the size of this gap. Yep, there's our guy. It's Kim. It's Kim, absolutely a looker. And Daisuke, his day, my god, man. My god. Miss Kim's still a badass, I like her. And of course, Chapter 2 Morgue. Evie. And Red Hood. Red Hood Morgue. Red Hood Morgue, no jacket. Casual Morgue. We love casual Morgue. Give us more casual Morgue. And Evie. High School Evie. Is this the no mask? We can actually talk about that. Is this the no mask? Very interesting to find out where that goes with the huntsman and the mask. Interesting in the epilogue of the case with the huntsman. I don't remember if we brought it up during the actual stream conversation, but it like almost beeping text noise of him pretty much indicating that they're using a translator. So definitely foreign. That they have to use a translator to communicate locally. Very interesting what happens with that. Like, we are going to know when we encounter them. Suppose we'll also find out if the tales are true about the huntsman, that they can actually take your face and face. Using a translator, then perhaps they can kind of scrape your voice. That makes that boogeyman rumor somewhat realistically feasible, but intriguing indeed. What do you think? Have you had a chance to watch the 5-hour finale of Chapter 2 yet? It's my stance on insanely long videos is they're often like multiple day things for me. I put on stuff like that during work. It's sort of pastime in the background. And it is nice. During work and other things I'll be doing for a long time. Like if people put on audiobooks, I put on a long YouTube video when I go for a walk or something outside. Just let it play in the background. And I've always liked the commentary style stuff, video essay style stuff you can listen to, where the visual stuff is optional. And it's nice to see that. I still want to get into that. Get into writing for that stuff. So I want to do something video essay style one of these days. I have ideas, but that'll come after I finish Sanctuary. But we are here. We'll be waiting. Chapter 3. What do we know about Chapter 3? Political theater. The only tagline for Chapter 3 so far was like this: Enter a city on fire. Morgan finds herself center stage as the state conducts a witch trial to exorcise itself of one of its most outspoken critics. She refuses to play the fool in the oncoming torrent of political... I'll be very curious. I have to replay sometime to see if there's any indication of this outspoken critic any point in the first 2 chapters, because in this save I only seem to have access to the articles in chapter 2. And they are been very good at seeding information about the world up to this point. Like, they just slipped in that Rockford Fund for Public Broadcasting reference. Some very observant people pointed that out. And spread the information around. BHW. BHW. Let's go, Sarah. Pet my daughter. Emma deserves good things. Emma deserves good rate-ups on her gotcha pulls. Diamani deserves good business. Reyes deserves good things. Head-patting her. She's doing her best. London. Sato. She's so good. Love me 80. Neko Morg. It's Morgan time. How'd you get turned around like that? How'd you get turned around like that? Come on, get back here. There she is. I have to go with my favorite keychain in this instance. Okay. Still fiddle with her, but she is very much... There we go. Nope, now you're... Okay. I can't pet her that much there. Oh, darned. Alright. Enough dilly-dallying. Bouncing around for too long. It's been a hell of a ride. It was a great episode. We will circle back when it comes time for episode 3. Until then.